So let's fix our problem we have with our root motion, because basically whenever we attack, here's what's happening. We're falling through the ground, and of course, well, we're falling through the ground, and sometimes we might never actually be on the air. So onto our controller, when we're interacting or not. Okay, so move character. If you're interacting, we say return. Previously, we were handling this via the navmesh agent. We are not anymore, obviously. So that means we need to take into account all of this now happening. So let's cut the is interacting from here, and then we should be down here. So if is interacting, our target velocity now is going to be handled entirely by our, so basically from our animator hook. So target velocity, animator hook, which we do not have for some reason. Why do we do not have this on the controller? Anyway, let's store this. Let's do animator hook. Because obviously we're going to need it. Animator hook, then get component in children, animator hook, then animator hook should be down here. Animator hook dot, come on, dot delta position, and that is now our new velocity. So no matter whatever we have on the attacks, now it's getting passed on to our velocity, and everything else, it's working fine. Okay, so you can fall off buildings when you are attacking. And let's do it somewhere there is an actual edge, and we should do something about this. So you should be falling entirely and really fast. One thing that we can do is basically find the normal. Let's do a debug log onto your normal position, which we're not even doing here because our hit info dot normal. We're doing it above, but now this is basically the same with this. Okay, so we don't need it, which means we can go and have a public class variable for normal position or current normal. Then the projection we're going to be doing is going to be based off of that, and it doesn't matter which velocity we're using. So current normal will be hit dot normal. Then let's do debug.log for the current normal and hit play, and let's go and replicate that. So once we're falling like this, we're not even hitting anything, to be honest, but here's where we can change this now into a sphere cast, and then just change this to maybe 0.2 f. Now we are going to be hitting that edge. And actually let's just put our guy and the controller right over there. Actually let's just put them above here, and it should give us the same behavior, I believe. and we can't even fall. That's weird. I think we can't even fall, but why that is? Maybe it's the sphere cast. Oh, I know why. Because the sphere cast is actually hitting, but you get the current position, which gives you also the hit point, the X and Z position. Okay, so what we need to be doing with the current position is, instead of doing this, let's do grounded position, and that will be your own transform dot position, but the Y position of that is going to be taken from the current position. Okay, then you're going to be using the grounded position, and of course this can be changed to transform dot position, and this as well. And now you should be able to fall. So maybe that was the issue why we were sticking onto the wall as well. And yeah, now we're falling. Of course, if we are grounded entirely, that kind of changes a few things. And I didn't like the way we were actually falling. And now we have also these issues. This needs to be slightly higher and higher. So it's basically, we need to kind of fix a few things here and there. One way to do that is to basically bring down slightly the controller, so it still can block a few things that shouldn't be there. And let's see what's happening here. So we are now onto the air. We say it's interacting, we say you're not grounded. So when you're not grounded, what do? We still do this. So this needs to get away from here and needs to be inside the is grounded. Otherwise, you should just keep falling down. Okay. And voila, we are falling. So that will also fix the weird issue we had with this. And of course, you can just raise this, the size of this or the height of this, and just bring it up to not be onto the ground. Okay. So, two fixes for this video, and okay, this can be just these two things. So falling and not sticking onto the ground, and fixing the root motion, of course, to be working properly. Awesome. And we have our combos, and I think we have the rotation. Yeah, we have the rotation while attacking, which is also something we want to be seeing. Awesome. So let's finish with this part. Let's remove the debug logs. And I didn't actually finish what I wanted to have, but you can also do, if you want here, an angle check on the normal, and if that normal has a longer angle than vector3.up, so let's say float angle vector3.angle from vector3.up and the current normal. Let's do debug.log angle. Let's see what that's going to give us. Let's hit play. Okay, that's 0. So that means if it's higher than 90 degrees, it's going to be, if it's 90 degrees, then the normal is basically up there. So if it's higher than maybe 35 degrees, something like that, you can see that this edge, it found the angle for this one to be almost 90 degrees, 89.4, yeah, okay, it's floating numbers. So you can say that maybe an angle higher than 70, 60, you can do this as a radial, I guess. That will be, if this is at 0, then this is 90. Looking. So that will give you something like this, which means this is going to look like this. So 0, 45, let's actually do it slightly differently. This will be your normal direction, and this will be your the visualization of how the floor is going to be looking. The normal is this one. Okay, so I'm going to parent this one above, and yeah, okay, screw you, screw that. Let's just see. This is at 0. Let's just say it's 0. Then the floor will be like that. 45, it will look like this. It's a believable slope, I guess. But anything less, you should just be falling to the ground. So that will mean if angle is higher than, let's say, 45, then you're not grounded. Grounded is false. Okay, so that could, so basically it's going to eliminate extreme cases of angles. We can try this as well. So let's do something like this. Okay, and let's move the player above that though. Just notice that it's grounded and what's going to happen. And as you can see, it's grounded. You can basically just stick to that position. It just throws you off the ground because you are not grounded. Okay, so there's that. So let's finish with this part as well. We did some minor changes, fixes to our root motion, and basically if you can stick or not onto an angle and so on and so on. So as always, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, and if you like to see more stuff, more videos, more of everything of this, then consider supporting me on Patreon so we can keep making all of these nice things we're making. I'll see you next time.